Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry, I got morning voice. It is early on a Monday morning, 8:42 a.m. Period. I don't know why I added a period. You normally don't punctuate the clock. That's not true. You use a colon somewhere in the middle. I'm just gonna level with you. We're not gonna do this. I have too much self-respect for myself, obviously. This is too much. Are you kidding me? Tainted Lazarus to delirium? I'm exercising my Las Veto token as earned from dying last time to click the button once more. That doesn't bother me. I'm an amenable... Amenable? That's a word. I'm an amenable individual. I'm agreeable. I try to find solutions. Tainted Lazarus is not a solution. Tainted Lazarus is a problem. L.A. Jr. 2 Ram. It's a great name. I got it, or it's a great seed. I gotta tell you that much. Anyway, hope you're enjoying yourself on this fine morning in October. It's freaking freezing. I don't want to get into the weather. Olympics, you know, I live in Svalbard, it's, you know, so cold, you can't even breathe outside, it turns into icy vapor a la the Night King. My mom's actually been, so my mom, you know, she's not really too hip on the social media, and I say this without a hint of irony, by the way. When, I was a teenager and a young adult, to not be that hip on the new websites, technology, etc., was considered a sign of aging, but also a negative in some ways, you know? I mean, if it was 1999 and you met someone who's like, I've never used Google before, you were like, that's kind of crazy. Like, that's an incredible tool. Now, when I encounter somebody that's like, I've never used Facebook, I've never used Twitter, I don't even know what Instagram is, that's where I'm like, I'm actually envious. That's a sign for me that we've maybe gone too far. I'm like, honestly, you made the right, you made a judgment call 10 years ago, you stuck with it, and honestly, I think it paid dividends. Congratulations. You didn't succumb to the base level desire for attention that has captured almost everybody, myself included, and you know, give up the yoke of you know, your own consumption and mental health as a result. So congratulations there. But my mom, she's not that hip with the social media, which is again complimentary. But she follows like this Instagram account from this influencer who lives in Svalbard, which is one of the most northern, one of the northernmost, I should say, inhabited settlements on Earth, right? Apparently, and she's been telling me this, not that I think it's more of an idle threat than anything else, but she's been telling me the Norwegian government will allow you to immigrate to Svalbard, basically no questions asked, as long as you live there. Maybe they start to ask questions if you are like, I've done 6 months in Svalbard, now I want to go live in Lillehammer or something like that. But anyway, so every once in a while, I'm not trying to rain on, you know, my mom's fantasy, right? But she'll show me photos. I'm very like, and and yet I participate in it, so I understand the hypocrisy here. I'm very like, kind of cynical when it comes to posed social media stuff, right? Like, all the Instagram photos that are like, here's an amazing photo of me, like on my balcony, looking out over like this, the incredible fjords of, you know, the Arctic Ocean or the North Sea. I don't know which one of it is there. I'm like, I think you could take a beautiful photo, essentially, of like your local landfill if you did it right. But I don't know why I'm starting so negatively here. I'm just, you know, this is my therapy, I suppose. I'm getting it all out. But I'm not going to deny that it is beautiful. She sends me photos and goes, look at this, Svalbard, Norway. And then I was like, wow, it looks really nice. And then I said, I bet it gets cold, though. And she said, yeah, several times a year, she actually has to evacuate her home because there's avalanche risks. So they have everybody just, like, leave. And I was like, okay. You know, as picturesque as it looks, I think I would rather tough it out here. Hold on, I have a message. Let me check on something here. Oh, okay. Just one moment. It's not important, I'm just... Oh, I see, okay. It's a message from my good friend Jay, Wolves of my door. But anyway. It is gorgeous. I mean, it depends what you want out of your life, right? Like, when it comes to where you live. How do most people make a decision on where to live? You know, there's a composite of factors. Probably the biggest controlling factor is where you're born, I'd have to imagine. Where you're born probably has the single highest weighting geographically for where you end up, you know, choosing to live in your adult life. A lot of people live in or around the town in which they were born. I don't see that as an insult, by the way. As somebody who moved from the small town to the big city, might as well sing, might as well smile. You guys like Randy Travis? Life goes on for a little bit of while. You know, they've all got pluses and minuses, you know? In the city, the cost of living tends to be higher. You're exposed to more crime, I would say. But the flip side is that it seems like most of the truly nightmarish crimes that you read about on the internet or you hear about in podcasts take place in slightly more rural areas. I'm not trying to say there's a predisposition, like what a rural areas probably in terms of like name alone outnumber urban areas like, you know, 500 to 1 or something like that, right? So it sort of makes sense just from a representation standpoint. But in the city, people are oftentimes like, oh, my car got broken into, F, you know? In the country, they're like, I mean, like, all the harrowing details of this horrendous crime that took place over the course of, like, you know, you get the idea. I don't know, well, let's not go too far into detail. How do you choose where to live, you know? So one of the choices is made for you, where you're born. Even if you know, don't want to live in the place which you're born, you know, if your family and friends live there, that probably has a controlling... let's get out of here, man. That probably has a controlling impact on that kind of, you know, your influence there as well. Then, like, jobs, of course. And then, I don't know, like, climate maybe becomes a decision at some point. If you get the opportunity for it to be a decision. The natural beauty of a city, I don't know, it doesn't appeal to... It appeals to me more as I get older and I actually, like, open my blinds on occasion. But otherwise, you know... I would definitely sacrifice a nice, you know, view of nature if I could guarantee, like, a 5 degrees Celsius average temperature increase. Up to a certain point. I don't want to live, you know, in the Sahara Desert. I'm just saying to be comfortable. Like, people, and I've been here. I've said probably, oh, you piece. I've said probably these exact words. I love the cold, and I do to an extent. I like the cool, the cold, the frigid, the, you know, wake up 45 minutes early to use a cheap plastic Canadian Tire scraper to scrape off your car windshield and, you know, shovel your driveway so that you can actually drive to work in the morning. And then, you know, following that, when you return home, hope that it hasn't snowed in the vicinity of your driveway again so that you don't have to, like, park on the street and then shovel your way into your driveway just so you can go home. No, thank you. Not as interested. But, like, I'd rather be cool than hot, for sure. That's why I run my AC, even in December, and then I just put on, like, 6 sweaters. That's a joke. It is a joke. I wouldn't wear 6 sweaters. I've already, like, I've got... Nature gave me a sweater. So 1 is, like, the maximum I would add on top of that. Otherwise, I'd be itching myself nonstop. So technically, because it's Monday, technically today... Oh my god, that's not you, that's me? I invented it's not you, it's me. That's Adobe Creative Cloud being like, we need to issue an update. Hey, by all means, you know, when I'm asleep, what the end user don't know won't hurt them. However, I essentially use Photoshop pretty much exclusively to add a number onto a thumbnail. So I don't know if I need an update for that. It's been working out pretty well for years. I consider it non-urgent, okay? But what do I know? Anyway, what was I talking? Oh, technically today is Canadian Thanksgiving. We had a nice like Thanksgiving meal yesterday. We did one of those things where like somebody else cooked the meal and boxed it up for us, and then we just had to warm it up. So I want to dedicate today's episode to anybody out there who's ever cooked a full Thanksgiving meal for themselves. Because I was in charge of the reconstitution. You know, we put the turkey in the oven for like a half an hour, green beans, mashed potatoes, stuffing, or as Canadians call it sometimes, dressing. Which is, it's got to be, well, let me finish my train of thought first, because otherwise this sounds like it's like a scripted segue. But the, just preparing the meal in that way, we're not talking about cooking a whole turkey, like the turkey was already cooked and carved and just needed to be warmed up a little bit. I know you're like, that probably meant it was dry. Shut up! You think you watch one Bon Appetit video, you think you're a chef, even though you're eating Doritos for dinner every night. They brined it, dummy, they brined it so it could be reheated and still maintain that juicy quality. So ephemeral in a turkey, and yet so fantastic when done properly. Anyway, it still took like 2 hours, right? Like just to get all the fixins warmed up properly, reconstituted properly, and then also, like, you know, plated. And that's ignoring the prep time involved in the actual creation of the food in the first place. So, like, if you have ever cooked from scratch a Thanksgiving meal, this episode's dedicated to you. That's not to gatekeep. If you haven't cooked a Thanksgiving meal from scratch, join the club. I'm just saying, this one, you know, I'm giving credit where I feel like credit is deserved. Pardon me. It's a Herculean task, and this was only for essentially 4 people. I can't imagine, like, multiple times. My grandma, for both Christmas and Thanksgiving, when I was growing up, she cooked. Maybe now that I'm looking back, she cooked like multiple turkeys. Because I don't know how many people one turkey feeds. I'm going to guess that it's like, you know, 8 maybe. Maybe more. Either way, she did it every Thanksgiving and every Christmas. And I'm just running through the numbers. Like, I don't have a particularly large family, but participation in the family dinners was very, very high. I think, I'm gonna say it was for like 15 to 18 people. It's crazy, man. I'm just gonna sneak right by you right here, if you don't mind. Hoping we get our deal with the angel on this floor. I'm starting to feel a little bit pinched, but we'll see. PhD's good. HP, not so much. Almost had it there. Bloody Gust can be okay. It's not the best character for it, but that's alright. Stuffing has to be one of the weirdest foods, right? If you're not familiar with it, because I think it is maybe a uniquely sort of, well, really like a uniquely sort of Thanksgiving type food. Geez, I guess. Basically, when you, and I don't know if, when you walk away, you don't hear me say. I don't know, that's more of like a we added a little bit of a reggae syncopation there. Like Adrian Brody, my favorite reggae artist. The Moon. You know what? 2 of clubs. Not the most efficient way to do it, but it's how I'm gonna do it. What was I talking about a second ago, man? Oh, yeah, stuffing. I don't know if it's actually... I think a lot of stuffing is actually made, like, after the fact or aside the fact these days, but essentially stuffing is... When you got a turkey, you got kind of like a crevice. People will be like, ooh, that's gross. You're eating, like, a thing that was alive. Like, you're eating the flesh of another creature. Don't have a double standard about, like, you know, oh, there's a hole involved somewhere. Like, get over it. You're already doing something that's like... You are like a Lovecraftian monster to some of the other animals on this planet. And I say that knowing that I'm in the same boat, right? But, like, I hate when people are like, ooh, you know, that turkey has a butthole. Okay, yeah. You're consuming, essentially, its entire body and soul. So... Like, what's really gross there? You know, is it gross that, you know, you're stuffing some breadcrumbs and sage up the you-know-what in order to add a little extra flavor during the cooking process? Would you rather we just started, you know, selectively breeding turkeys so that they no longer have an anus? That seems like it would probably be a little bit suboptimal for the health of the turkey itself, but what do I know? I'm not a turkeyologist or something. Hold on. You're a piece. Honestly, you're a piece. For hitting me there, I'm willing to put you at you piece levels. I kind of hate Blood Puppy. Never mind. I regret my words and my deeds. That was a surprising turn of events there. Would you believe it? Bro, stop chasing me. I cannot fathom us winning this run unless we're able... Oh, we're on 1 again. Or I. Yeah, see, like this... I can't fathom us winning this run unless we're able to pick up, like, some kind of genuine damage upgrade. Mulligan's great. You know, Bloody Gust, it can help, although there's no way for us to really lean on it. This Blood Puppy is driving me insane, though. Like, how much HP do you have, man? I can't stand up to you like that. It's too much. It's way too much. Anyway, it's got to be like the weirdest food that you eat as like a side dish, right? Like on a biochemistry level, maybe it's not that different from like a mashed potato or something like that, but just on like a semantics level, or like with respect to what it actually is basically like chopped up bread with meat juice on it. And you're like, yeah, you know what? I'll just eat some chopped up bread. Why not? Just put that all... I mean, don't get me wrong, it's delicious. And it's got the most amazing smell. Of all the Thanksgiving foods, stuffing has, like, the best smell. Even people who don't like... Fine. Even people who don't like stuffing seem to love the smell of stuffing. I wouldn't be surprised if there's people out there that cook it in order... What the... Oh, it's Dark Arts. In order to just get the smell, and then they throw it out. Hopefully in the compost, because it's a very carbon-rich food, but... You know, I'm not gonna judge. Everybody's busy for the holidays. They gotta handle things their own way. Okay, you son of a gun. Here we go. Here we go. Varicose veins for this room. How'd you get over there, man? I think it brings me no pleasure. I think if we want to do as best as possible here, we actually... Oh my god. I love how he latches on. We have to keep Blood Puppy alive. And angry. I think it's like our only... Oh, Mom's knife. Second knife piece for a room? Are you okay? Anyway, all I wanted to say... Oh, you piece. All I wanted to say was this this episode goes out to all the from-scratch Thanksgiving diners, or eaters, I should say. Congratulations. That's tough. I get that it's like it's a full-day thing. I wonder... I talk about this kind of stuff a lot. I wonder if, like, the traditional Thanksgiving Day feast will experience a decline in incidence as the generation known as millennials, of which you are a piece of garbage, of which I am a part, as they get a little bit older, right? So I feel like I had a great time with our Thanksgiving dinner, don't get me wrong, and we did take kind of the easy way out a little bit by having it be pre-prepared and then... Come on, man. Pre-prepared and then just, like, remade. But still, I can't help but think that, like, a lot of people, in my... I'm just gonna die, man. A lot of people in my demographic, myself included sometimes, would be like, you know what, it's Thanksgiving. Let's just order a pizza, man. Who needs all this, this song and dance of the turkey and the gravy and the stuffing and the mashed potatoes, squash, green beans, sweet potatoes? Like, maybe next time we'll just get ourselves a dang pizza. Get ourselves a dang Taco Bell order on Uber Eats or something like that. Oh my god. Saved, kind of? I do want to be, like, specific here. We're still extremely likely to die. Like, consider... I mean, we're supposed to do Boss Rush as well, but that's not even, like, in the... that's not even in the ballpark on this one. I don't really feel like we've lost that much HP through, like, dumb means. I mean, admittedly, we lost, like, 1.5 or 2 HP in just, like, the last couple of rooms, but have you considered that part of that is because the run is a little underpowered to begin with? Let's go. Well, it looks better now because of... Don't even try it. Because of... Bloody Gust, but keep in mind that's not like that's not a long-term solution. Hey, look at that, 3 key pieces. They said it couldn't be done. Anyway, that was my Monday. It was also nice, man. I think I'm becoming old, but like in a good way. And it's been kind of maybe a recurring bit, but since the baby, I've been waking up a lot earlier. I've been... You know, our lives have shifted maybe like 2-3 hours earlier in all aspects, right? But because we had my parents over yesterday, I feel like because Thanksgiving's structured around a day, if you know what I mean, like it's structured around a meal, I should say. You want to have that meal. Excuse me? I wonder what gave that to us. Like Sack Altar, maybe? Or... no, I don't think it would be Sack Altar, because that should give us a deal with the devil. Might have been, like, everything... Oh, you know what it was? It was... it was Magic Skin. Okay. Well, I mean, it's a fair trade. It just means that it didn't come with no negatives. But still... I am concerned, of course. I mean, like, 1 hit and we're dead. So, prepare yourself for that. Yeah, I literally was just like, I don't know what to do about that. I apologize again for a little bit of a shorter episode, but I feel like I did what I could. Anyway, what I was gonna say is that, if you... We ate at like 4:35 yesterday, and I was like, man, this is the dream. I feel like I got so much extra time at night, so what did I do? I went to bed after. It was great. I had a lovely night. Anyway, I hope you do as well. Thanks for watching. Weird episodes lately because we've been getting our butt kicked, but hey, if you enjoyed it, click the like button. We'll be back, of course, tomorrow with another one. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you then. See ya.